Good afternoon, somewhere. Good evening, somewhere. If you can hear me, that'd be great. Let's do a few housekeeping checks to see if you can hear me. Let me know. My mic sometimes I double check the mic before I actually started today. It's going to be a great topic. Today is just going to be questions and answers. So let me know if you can hear me. If I need to switch the mic or do something else. Stephen, thank you. I appreciate it loud and clear. Okay, so today is going to be just basically for you guys. I have some few thoughts on some few stuff going on, and then basically we'll take it from you guys, whatever questions you have, concerns you have about anything, and then I can just give you my thoughts on everything. If you are watching right now, you know it's been raining like crazy in um, parts of Ghana. Kumasi too. There's some flooding over there in Accra. Also, there's some flooding. So, and that is why we always recommend building with flooding in mind, because that is always going to be a factor you have to deal with. So, the goal for me is to always make an adjustment and putting yourself in the best position to be successful in whatever you're trying to do. Okay. So if you don't have any questions for me, just throw it in there and then we'll take it and go. So a few things I would love to share with you is all is well, Village Boy D, man. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Glad to have you here. And then there's a few things that I want to share with you guys, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. Um, is the Exodus from Ghana now? Is there an Exodus from Ghana? Steven, you hear it. All right, I'll talk about it. You brought it up, right? Okay. So here's my take. Here's my take on that. I've seen the videos. Some came through the feed. Some people sent me those videos about what do I think. So I think it was in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks now. And so I'm watching the videos, reading the comments, trying to get an idea what is going on, right? Why does it seem this exodus, the right word, for a lot of the Ghanaian YouTubers from Ghana? And I don't know them personally. I'll put a disclaimer over there. I don't know them personally. I've not interacted with them personally. I've never met them personally. I only look at it from the lens of the images and what they say. And I have good memory about what people were saying at 2019, 2020, 2021 to 2022. I have a good memory about that. So, but I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that people who um, came at the time that Ghana became popular, 2018, late 2018, 2019, the promotion of return to home and stuff like that. I'm not surprised. For some of us, we have been Africans for a long time. We were doing our thing quietly, trying to influence people, trying to inspire people to also be able to build, which I think is the foundation for anything, because you cannot build Africa without building. Okay. You cannot build Africa without building. Okay. So we were in the trenches and it came and we saw the influx and all those things. And I knew only a matter of time. At that time, I'm going to Ghana often. And so I knew there's only a matter of time that the exodus is going to come. I'm not surprised a bit. And there will be more to come. So my thing though, the thing that I feel like, I got to say something because I've been doing the Ghana thing for a while, is that there's a double standard, right? And here's the double standard, which is some Ghanaian YouTubers want to be in the limelight, want to be an influencer. They accept the super chat and donations from the viewers and fans. And I think that comes with some responsibility. That's just my view. But they don't want to be held responsible for what they were saying then, right? people all of a sudden have amnesia about what they were saying. But it's public. Okay, so I think that whenever you get an opportunity for people to listen to you, then I think the messaging should be more important than trying to make a few bucks here and there. Okay, so this thing is going to continue for a while. It is going to happen. Um, I have no doubt about that. It's going to continue for some time, and we'll see how all this thing plays out. We see how this plays out, because even I had to start adjusting some of my messages about 2 years ago when I started and going to Ghana often and getting to know man. After I finished the house, the intent was to move, but after I finished, I started looking at Ghana very, very deeply, and I had two things that it couldn't fix for me, and it still has not been able to fix, which will be for me at that time and still at this time is the quality of education and the quality of healthcare. Okay, so African Journalists, greetings from NYC. Yeah, glad to be here. I think I'm overdue a visit to BK. I'll make it happen one of these days. Okay, so we adjusted the message and we started doing videos about preparation, right? And the budget. I'll post that budget somewhere here after this video. The link will be there. When I was created budget for a family of four to live comfortably and deal with any contingencies in Ghana at that time. I think it was like $5,100, I believe. A 2 years ago video. And I want you guys to, that video is also in the description. You can see it over there. And you just read the comment. Some people were really excited. Said I didn't know what I was talking about. I was out of touch with reality. I was right though. I was right. Because some YouTubers, when they left Ghana, officially gave the same numbers. And so that was it. People underestimate a lot of stuff. You cannot live like the locals. No, you can't. They are more resilient in that condition. If you are born in Africa, you left even when you're a child, or you were born outside, it's a whole different thing. You are used to a certain standard of living, and that will require a lot of money to be able to maintain that. I don't know why that is complicated. That is the truth. You will need more money to have the comforts. And if you understand the inflation in Ghana, which I think a lot of them don't understand because they're not tracking this stuff, at least I have data from 2012. It's no joke. It's very, very high, super high. And so you have to, when you do your budget planning, you have to think about all these things, right? So people will leave because I believe they got caught up in an illusion. They will leave. And the planning, whatever they thought they were planning, is inadequate. You can't be planning looking at Ghana Web or a few YouTubers. You really have to be on the ground a couple of times and spend time with people that have money in Ghana, middle class and the lower class, whatever you want to call it, and understand what is it that the life that you want, right? What is it that the life that you want, and that's different for everybody. Okay. To this question. Did you watch a Global Citizen concert? I didn't, to some extent. It looks like a party fest. I thought it was to promote some hangar, but people had a good time. But I didn't really. I didn't even know what was happening, to be honest. Why is my business partner call me in the middle of the video? Call him back. So I didn't put a lot of energy towards that. So when we talk about planning, right? It was no joke. It's no joke. So you need some of the quality information. And I've said this again, I'll say it again. There are privileged informations and then there's public informations. And so you will have to pay some of these consultations to really understand. And so we can get to what is it that you're trying to accomplish, so we can advise you before you go blow your money and then come back and come up with some cute little excuse why you left. Okay. Those are privileged informations because I too do get information from people that they study the Ghana economy. very, very well, in depth, and then know everything that's going to happen before it happens. I knew the price crazy. I knew the city is going to collapse about a year ago because I was informed that it is coming. Okay, that's not public information. So so it is what it is. We put stuff together for you to help you be successful in Ghana or in Africa. We put all that thing to make it successful for you. You can use them, not use them, but we'll see. We'll see how this thing plays out. Um, and it's true. I've said this before. Got to build a house. If you decide you really, if you're an African, you left, you got to build a house. That's no excuse. Don't make any excuse. I don't care. Don't make an excuse. You have to build something. If you want to go back and eventually you want to do that, you want to do that. It's very, very important. And I'll stand by that. I've been consistent on that. Build a house. Don't go put your money into some rental stuff for 2 years and stuff like that. If you are 50% sure you want to move there or spend a considerable amount of time, build. If you're an African, you build anyway. And there's reasons. There's a lot of reasons. The building of a house in Ghana is going to show you everything that is good about Ghana and everything that is worse about Ghana. In going through that process, you are going to understand the mentality. You are going to understand how people are, the nature of people when money is exchanged. You are going to understand your family members, the dynamics. Your friends will change. Some may not be happy for you, some would. You're going to see that some friends may, you may have to, jealousy becomes real. So you are going to experience all that. But in that process, you're also building yourself up, discipline, time management, value of money, consistency, right? Focus. You are basically building that character trait that you need to be successful in Africa. It's no joke. In Ghana, it's no joke. You need that. Your confidence is going to be good. Okay. You develop new quality of friends. Your friend circle becomes smaller. And then you start respecting how you move your money and you're not frivolous with it, right? So all these things are important. All these things are important. That is why I advocate that we do that. We build these homes, right? Because it's very, very important. It's very, very important. And so this is why we speak on that, right? This is why we challenge people to do that. That's why I push that. I push that very, very well. It's very, very important. It's no joke. Now I'll say one more thing, and then I'll take some of the questions. Yes. So there are some people who are upset that their favorite YouTubers are coming back, and they don't like the explanation they are giving them. So those people, I put them in the fan category. Okay, they're upset, and you go on their pages. They are really, really speaking their mind. They are unleashing their thoughts and their emotions, and it's chaotic. So if the idea that you follow somebody on social media who you don't have any personal relationship with, who they have not invested in your life tangibly, not emotional, whatever emotional investment, tangibly. You follow them to the extreme that when they make their own personal decisions, it is affecting you psychologically, emotionally. It's just a misplace of priorities. And when you have men in that category making those statements about I'm crying and please return back to Ghana and all that stuff, is just ridiculous and it's nonsense. Okay? It's social media. The story is always bigger than what you see. People put it whatever. There's more that you don't see than what you see. So you take it with a grain of salt and you vet people, you cross-check people. And if the person is not helping you from A to B, involved, calling you, talking to you, making you, saying, okay, I've done this based on experience, real one, and I can help you in the ethical, then you always got to look at it from a grain of salt. You don't put that emotional investment in there. You don't. You just don't. To the extent that you become depressed because they can't show you videos about Ghana anymore. And some people are dealing with this. Some people are really upset about that. How do I feel about it? I'm neutral. I'm not happy. I'm not sad. I'm neutral because it doesn't really affect exactly what I plan to do in Ghana. It does not change any calculation for me because I do go there. I get my own data. I know what I want and stuff, and so it doesn't really affect that. Okay. Being a house is a root of safety. Yes, Salif, bro. True. Yep. You have to. It's very important. You need to also give yourself the flexibility to move across continent and have that. It's very, very important. I believe in that. And also when you have a home, you have more at stake, right? You have more at stake, and stuff like that. So I think it's very, very important. I promote that in house because it's, like I said, you cannot build Africa without building Africa. Okay? You cannot build Africa without building Africa. All right? Yo, what's up? Send a question in. Um Inflation, yes, inflation has affected everything. Business, the economy is everything has been touched. Some areas is really bad. Um, but the construction industry tends to be a little bit resilient, a little bit with that because I think um especially when in the middle of the project, if you need a roof, you need a roof, right? Whether the price has increased by 30 or 40%. If you need a roof, you need a roof. So I am saying that you know, the city is gonna be a little bit wild, but in the meantime, we still do what we need to do. We still keep pushing forward. Um, because that is Ghana. It will never go back to the previous um cost of items. It may drop a little bit, maybe 5, maybe 10%, but it's not going back to the 30, 40, sometimes even 50% of increase, right? Is not going to go there. So we build, and we find ways to make things efficient. This is where the experience comes in. And you can start looking at when we start talking about layout oversizing, that kinds of stuff, how to maximize your plot size and all those things, becomes really important. So hopefully the person you are working with can actually bring value to that extent. Say, hey, this is what I want, but this is what I'm gonna pay. Is there a way I can get something that I want without paying this all this money and stuff like that? So that becomes really, really useful in that aspect. But that's Ghana for you, right? One day everything's here, the next day it can be something else. And I think people underestimating that too greatly about what it really takes to navigate around that country. Um, is I've never seen. I've traveled to a few places. Ghana is very unique. It's a place that is like heaven and hell at the same time. Um, and if you don't plan well, you don't have to die to live hell. And so that is the realism that exists. And sometimes other people don't highlight that um, aspect, and they make it seem like it's a walk in the park. No, it's not. When you need money quickly, you need money quickly. So it's very, very important. So the link that I'll put in the description. I also link it up, somewhere here again. Is that just take a look at it. Just look at it. And then those numbers are outdated. Throw in another 30% in there to get the numbers to what will get your family of four. That you have two kids in a good quality school. I know people want to make a quality school debatable, but it's not. It's just not. Okay? It's either you know or you don't know. So In a good quality school, you are not going to be paying $120 a month. It's going to cost you more than like that in Ghana. Okay. Um, do you think this? I believe. I mean, this is a big charge, right? I think the struggle is this: you have said something, you've get in the limelight, you've get in the ears, and it didn't play out exactly what you promoted. The question is, do you come back and say, listen, maybe I underestimated certain things. This is what I've learned my years of being on the ground. If I have to do it again, this is what I would do, and that kind of stuff. Which you still get some of the viewers pissed off. But I think that is probably the most ethical thing to do because I think it's right to do it that way. That's what I would have done, to own it, and be transparent with it. And those who understand. Those who don't, they don't. But that's what I would do. But I think if there's like all kinds of variation explanations and all that stuff, that's when you have people upset in there and saying their mind. And the thing with social media is that if you're not grounded and if you don't know who you are, the likes, the subscriptions, the views, those things can put you in a situation hard to get out. Thank God I don't have that problem. It's hard to get out. You start believing in your own stuff, right? And so I think that is what it is. But I think something did happen. It can be coincidence, like a lot of people are leaving for whatever the reasons are. Like I said, to be the disclaimer, I don't know them personally. So I can't say the reasons are valid or invalid. I don't know. I'm just neutral about that. But the question is, people are leaving. That's a fact. And so it can't be coincidence. But I knew I went to Ghana this year. I was like, oh man, no way. It's happening. No way. So I'm not surprised. So we'll see. We'll see how this thing plays out. We'll see. Time will tell. Everything here at the same time, yes. And that's what it is. That is what the place is. It's very, very interesting place. And I think if you are real about Ghana, you can make it there. You can prepare yourself very well with contingency and contingencies and contingencies. And you don't have to, I think we make it sometimes that you have to move there. I mean, to be honest, I don't think I'll move there fully. I can never do it. I don't think I ever do it. I don't want to leave anywhere fully. I think for me, the best thing would be the ability to go in and out. That would be the greatest thing for me, to be able to go in and out. It can be, I don't want to live there, because even when I'm there after 2.5 months, I want to leave. So it is what it is. And you have to be real about that. So the goal is to be able to go there 3-4 times a year. That'd be like phenomenal. Stuff like that. So it happens, Yes, it makes sense sometimes, but after a few, eventually negates that gain, right? That temporary gain you have eventually is going to negate it in all aspects because the inflation is hitting everything and at different rates, right? Some 10%, 20%, some 40%, 50%. So the strength of the dollar, the euro, the pound sterling may help a little bit, but what is going on right now is just unprecedented, and stuff like that. So if you're in Ghana using cities, man, you just don't have any advantages at all. You just got to bring more cities. For us, we have a little bit advantages, but also it even depends how you're gonna move around it and when do you invest, when do you pull back, when do you that kinds of stuff. And so it's about being smart, and then finding people that will help you to just make your money goes further. And so you can be very successful in what you do. I don't believe in just throwing money away, even if you have it, you have a lot, and and stuff like that. So I think it's that. But yes, eventually it negates that. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think when we even talk about research, right? I'm doing research. I'm doing research. Man, you don't have no research background. I mean, cut it out. You know. And so, and another thing is that, well, how you even conducting this research from here? Not possible. Not really possible. You have to go on the ground. You have to. You really have to get on the ground, and try to duplicate the life you have here, and start understanding the cost of what it's going to take. Visit the hospitals, visit the schools to see if it's comparable to what you accept as progress. You have to do that. And most people don't want to do that. They want to live through somebody on the ground who studied them. This is what it is. I think that's just laziness. Spend that money if you because moving relocation is one of the most important decisions one will ever make. So it has to be taken with a lot of seriousness and great planning. And not everybody's a great planner. You know, for our people, we're not great financial planners. That's what the data is. We spend more than everybody. So if the average person wants to move to Africa, and all of a sudden they're gonna be this, financially disciplined, and they got all their debt, is really it's not true, because in general we don't conduct ourselves like that. So you have to find people that can help you with the numbers and see how you can plan and deal with Ghana inflation and what could happen in the middle of the night. With emergencies, how do what do you do? What hospital you need to go to and stabilize yourself. And if you want to leave the country, you can leave the country. And I think most people are just interested in watching some sensational stuff. They don't watch the great content. They just don't watch. And so I hope now it will be interesting whether it ships or doesn't ship, because some people want to go back to the daydream again. So they are begging the other YouTubers to go back to Ghana and stay there and give them those content. To each his own. But over here, my goal is to help you be successful with a move, develop yourself, um, and enjoy Africa to its greatest potential, and be vibrant and be healthy, and just live your life without stress of, you know, um, money and that kinds of stuff, to be in a position to have access and also help people. And so that is what, so we can't do the sensational stuff. I can do some videos that go viral about me and kind of having a great time and that stuff, but I'll never do those things. Will never come on YouTube, okay? Because some people take their money that they should be using it wisely. They'll be out there doing those stuff when you haven't earned yourself to do that. All right. So let's see. So yeah. The land prices is still crazy again. Is going up, but I also think too, what is also we are noticing too, like people are not buying them a lot because, hey, inflation has hit people. Money is not easy to find now. So I've seen some prices that have come down a little bit, and some areas have gone up. But the thing with land though, the one thing I always say is this: land always has value, always have value if you can hold it. The goal is to buy them at a good rate and be able to secure them. You always make your money, always. That's one area that I would say I'll put a guarantee in there. But the challenge is buying them, being able to register them in your name, and be able to secure it the whole time, and sell it down the road. So you can do that. So um, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So that is all I'm saying, right? I'm saying that we the viewers, or we the fans that we listen to people, it has, they must be able to give you something in return. um Tangible. Tangible is very, very important. um There's a difference, okay? And my goal, listen, we have a good time. We really have a good time. Me and my friends, we do have a good time when we go to Ghana. Trust me, we have a great time. Probably more than your favorite YouTuber. So, but we've earned ourselves to be able to do that. We've taken care of all the basics. We all have our homes. We have our businesses. We are strategizing. We're expanding. We are building ourselves. We're looking at everything and stuff like that. We have social responsibility projects that we're thinking about and all those things. And I'm telling you, to us, Ghana is not hell. It's heaven to us. It's heaven. It's not hell to us because we've taken care of the basics and stuff. So if I do move to Ghana, I'm not coming back because I know I would have factored in a bunch of stuff and I'll be stable, stuff like that. So I'm not, but I feel like I don't really have to move completely. I can just float in and out, go whenever I want. So that's the plan. That is, I think, the best of both worlds. The virtual metaverse is no joke, man. It's no joke. It's not a joke. Don't get zapped in. It's not a joke. It's a lot of illusions out there. You cannot build Africa without building Africa. Okay. So we are the ones building Africa. Okay. That's us. And so everybody that's building, I appreciate you guys. You have my greatest respect, admiration, support. I know what it takes. You are champs. It's like I take my hat to you. Some of the single women are doing that. It's no joke. Some couples are doing it. The young people, man, my heart to you guys. You guys are doing this thing much earlier. In your 20s. That is incredible. That's what we want to see. I want the 22, 23 years old that are beginning to build it, buying land, and if we can help them, we'll help them. And so those are really, really important. Those are the things that for me is worth doing YouTube, right? To be able, when I get the emails and people say, hey, this is my bidding project. I watch a video from yours, and this way I finish my restaurant. I like those things. That is why I'm doing this. Okay. And so, because in the end, it's crowded at the bottom. There's room at the top. So the more people we can get up there that can be really, really successful is really important to me. Tangible success, right? And then, and I always say this one time, some friends were not happy. They wanted us to do a business. And I said, listen, until you guys have built your homes, we're not going to do business. I'm not going to get involved in that. Why? Because it's important. It's important you secure yourself, your family. If you have children, it's very important you do that. And if you're not willing to do that for them, then because that's the most important thing first, to be able to give them a place of sound mind. That is important. We don't promote go rent and do all that stuff. It has its utility. It has this utility, but the plan eventually is to build. Okay, that's the plan. Is you hit it on the head, you hit the nail on the head. It's something I've been monitoring for a while now. You never know. Burkina just, had this situation right now. You never know. There's it's a possibility. I think it's a possibility. It's something I've thought about. Every now and then, every couple of months crosses my mind. But even that, we also factor in some things. Factor in the Ghanaian nature and the way he is and stuff like that. So we don't know. I mean, everything has its breaking point. The way these politicians are running the country, it is forcing people to do all kinds of stuff. There's real desperation out there. So when we talk about security, this is one of the things we talk about. What will happen if you find yourself in a situation like an uprising? We have those discussions too during consultation. What do you need to do and stuff like that, right? So it's a very, very legitimate question, that any serious person must factor that in how they invest. And I don't believe you should put all your money in one place. That's ridiculous. You should never do that. So if something happens, it goes down, you are not financially ruined. Okay. So, but it's a very, very serious question. And since it's security, I'm not going to go too deep. What's up, bro? Thank you. I know you probably have some questions. Throw that in. Hope all is well. Okay. Yes. Build and prepare. Exactly. Build and prepare. Let's build these homes. It's no joke. Let's build them. I'm telling you, let's build. Um, and the builders, I know people that are building on YouTube. Maybe you might not have the biggest, viewers, subscribership and stuff like that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's life. That's how it works. It's quality over quantity. Okay. So don't worry about it. Just believe in what you're doing. It matters. It really matters. Somebody's watching. Let's build quality though. Let's build quality. That's what I push for. If I can say, if you are building, I'm on your team. Build quality, build well. Okay, let's elevate these homes. I know we can all do better, including myself. So I'm always challenging myself to build something unique, something awesome, especially with the second project, right? So let's build well. Let's build well. So that's what I'm saying. So, that's what it takes. And that's what it takes. Everybody will fit in where they need to fit in, but I would rather want the guys that have the opportunity to come here and listen to me, why they could be using their time in other places. That you know our goal is to get to the point that we have real change, and if all of us are strong on our feet, then we can go and do something for the masses. But if we are struggling, we'll not be able to do it. We just we're not going to be able to do it, and people will come in there and they'll sabotage things because they need the money to for survival, right? So so let's do that. I believe in you. I believe in you guys. Stuff with the Hajia, you are late. It's unacceptable. Um, and so I'm rooting for you. If we can help you, our website is there underneath the live stream. Reach us. Get in touch with us, and then we can see what we can do for you. We're not fit for everybody, but we can see, and at least come to consultation and get information, for you to just able to go there and be and prepare for yourself, right? So that you don't want you know you being taken advantage of, in that concern. Yes, KJT. I've not been to KJT yet. No, you didn't. Those are some serious markets though. Okay. So if you don't have any serious questions, we'll just keep it a wrap. I know it's Saturday. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to join me here and stuff like that. But just be careful who you watch, who you listen to. And at the end of the day, be thoughtful and be deliberate in what you take in and what you don't take in. Um, and then I was and make sure that you get something tangible and you move your life forward. Because Ghana can be a piece of heaven, if you've prepared very well, and that kinds of stuff. I know that it can be. Other than that, watch everything with a grain of salt. Vet people, double check the information. Even if what I'm telling, double check the information and stuff, and then make those trips for yourself and believe in yourself that you have the capability to go down there and get that information, because all people, social media, people have ulterior motives why they do things. Okay. And I think since YouTube started, paying people and stuff like that, I think the whole thing just went crazy. It became a whole something else. So you have to factor that in as well. All right. Other than that, um, be a champ, be a trendsetter for yourself. Super chat and shout out to my friends. And I'm telling you guys, those who are not building right now, you are not staying at my house. You're not. You are not staying there. So build, I can help you. That's the only way. Other than that, you're gonna go. Even if I'm doing Airbnb, you are not renting, not renting it to you because I would rather have all of us. Now, if you have a place, oh yeah, you can. Yeah, if you're a friend, if you know you got a nice house somewhere and you are driving somewhere in Accra, and I don't care. Maybe you have a house in Kumasi and you are coming to Accra and you don't want a hotel stuff like that. Yeah, I got you. Come stay over there. Whatever. I'm cool with that. But if you do not want to build anything, don't call me. There's no place. The dog cage, I will not even give you that. Okay? Because I want us to elevate. Let's elevate. Let's do well together. Let's rise together. And that's all I want. That's all I want. Yeah, just 1 week. 2 weeks you pay rent. Okay? So let's do this. We can do this. Okay? Let's do this. And then hopefully the exodus that happen is a lesson for you to not take things for face value. For you to understand that, hey, people will make people will make decisions for their life. Okay, wrap it up.